What's happening, Manchester United fans? Subs here for Devils Abroad TV, and United continue the unbeaten run under Louis van Gaal as they knock off Valencia 2-1 at Old Trafford Tuesday night. Again, the Reds playing well here in this preseason as they wrap up their tour perfectly without a defeat as they get ready to kick off the Premier League season on Saturday at Swansea City. A couple of notes from tonight's game. First and foremost, I thought the first half they played quite well. I thought they dominated possession. They spent most of the half in Valencia's side of the pitch, dominating possession, linking up some good passing plays. There weren't a whole lot of scoring opportunities in the first half. Wayne Rooney was kind of gifted a penalty. Yes, there was a foul in the box, but I've seen worse in the box, obviously. Wayne Rooney, though, stepped up to the spot and clanked it off the post as the two teams went in at halftime 0-0 at the break. Again, it was good to see United dominating the possession in the first half, and they spent a lot of the time in the Valencia side of things, but no goals and not a whole lot of scoring threats to mention for either side in the first half. In the second half, though, Darren Fletcher gets United off to the scoring start with a goal. Took the deflection off of one of the Valencia defenders, so United go up 1-0. Then we also saw Cleverly, the birthday boy, give up a goal late or midway through the second half as Rodrigo finishes off of Cleverly's deflection. It reminded me a lot of the Robin van Persie goal against Manchester City a couple seasons ago, where Nasri stuck out his boot and it found the far post around Joe Hart. It was very similar to that. Poor defense by Cleverly, just kind of stuck his boot out there. It clicked off his knee, and it was a perfect setup for the goal for Rodrigo. So that made the match 1-1. And then, of all people, the two Belgians were then subbed on. We saw Januzaj and we saw Fellaini come on right around the 75th minute. And the game changed. At that point, Valencia had been dominating possession. They had been on the forefront, and they were looking to score that second goal. But then Januzaj and Fellaini came on, and the game changed at that point. We saw Adnan link up with Rooney. Rooney almost scored off a beautiful pass from Januzaj. We saw him try to take defenders on there on the right side, along the right sideline. Fellaini, though, he kind of, it's weird to say this, I thought he did well in the midfield. He was being kind of laughed at sarcastically by the audience there at Old Trafford every time he touched the ball. But, his passes were on point. There was one pass he tried to put a through ball to Rooney, a little off. But other than that, I thought he did okay. There were a couple instances where his tackles really kept the ball for United. And at the end of the day, Marouane Fellaini comes on the pitch and scores the game winner, his first goal as a Red, as the United win 2-1 against Valencia. It was a little chipped ball by Tyler Blackett into the box, which we didn't see Fellaini get to do a whole lot last year. Find spots, find space in the box, and put the ball in the net. And fortunately, there was a collision between the Valencia keeper and one of the defenders, and the ball fell right to Fellaini. And kudos to him, he put it in the back of the net in the 91st minute. And as we said, Manchester United 2-1 winners, capping off their preseason schedule in style at Old Trafford. Phil Jones was named the man of the match, but there were a couple different candidates you could have given it to. I thought Tyler Blackett was deserving of the man of the match honors. Ander Herrera played well for United for the 60 minutes that he was on. I think if he had played for the full 90 minutes, there was a good chance Herrera probably would have been your man of the match. But again, I thought that Blackett played well. I thought Reece James played well also. We hadn't seen him in action since the 7-0 win over the LA Galaxy in the preseason debut of Manchester United in the States. But I thought Blackett and James played well on the left side. So there's some signs, there's some promise there as far as the youngsters go. But other than that, look, it wasn't pretty. And Louis van Gaal in his post-game comments said that was the worst performance that we have had so far. But at the end of the day, even though they played poorly and it wasn't pretty, they still managed to win, and they won it late, which is perfect Manchester United style. So that's that. The preseason tour is over, and the Reds kick off their Barclays Premier League season Saturday against Swansea City. I want to hear your thoughts, though, United fans, on tonight's game. Who was your man of the match? And what do you make of some of the other transfer rumors we heard on Tuesday? Leave your comments below. Make sure you subscribe to Devils Abroad TV. I'm Subs, and I'm out. First and foremost, Javier Hernandez, Chicharito, Marouane Fellaini, Wilfred Zaha, Will Keane, Nani, Anderson, and Raphael all have been told that they have no futures here at Manchester United under Louis van Gaal.